Welcome to Let Freedom Ring. Before I do anything, I want to congratulate the New England Free Jacks on bringing home the Shield and winning the MLR championship. It was an unbelievable game. By far, that was the championship game was the best game in the league all season. So proud of the Free Jacks. Hope people can be at the parade on Saturday. It's in Quincy. Not saying that you have to come. I'm just saying if you're in Quincy, there's a parade for the Free Jacks on Saturday. But anyways, my guest this week, Pat Connelly. Pat, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, no, pleasure to have you on the show.
Congratulations on your over 200.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was an
accomplishment.
We didn't know we were going to get to 200. We just kind of started doing it, and next thing you know, I'm like, wow, it's getting kind of close.
There you go. It's a way to get there.
But yeah, let's get to know you a little bit. I know you've been a big supporter of the show, which I really appreciate. But where are you from and where'd you grow up?
Born and raised in Nashua.
Awesome.
Over 50 years. I'm only going to give you that much.
Now,
over 50 years. I'm one of the old guys in the league. So
awesome.
Not oldest, but older. So.
No.
Born and raised in Nashua. Love Nashua. Probably never leave.
Okay.
I love going to visit other places. I spent my childhood weekends up in Maine around Sebago Lake. But love Nashua. Don't see you living anywhere else.
I also love Nashua. I got to ask this: like, what part of the city did you grow up in?
I grew up off of Exit 6 up in the Indian streets, next to Lincoln Park.
Okay.
So Lincoln Park was, the play area basically. We'd go down there and ride all the trails through Mine Falls, and summertime. That's where we all went down to go play ball.
Oh yeah.
We played Little League down there in the summertime. We were West, so we were Little League West, and the city championship was usually at the boys club.
Yep. Down
on Ledge Street. So then we had they would flood the hockey rink up there for us, and we'd go up there and ice skate in the wintertime.
Nice.
So Lincoln Park was kind of the hub. They'd have the football games there for Nashua High, so you could go down there and watch the football games and fly your rockets, your model planes. There's any number of things you could get in trouble with there. I can tell you, being 50, I have so many new ideas to go back and screw up my life. So many different ways to get in trouble.
No, I love the Mines Falls area. I got to ask, would you have gone to Elm Street? Was Elm Street a thing then?
Elm Street. Actually, back then it was Elm Street, Fairgrounds, and Spring Street.
Oh, okay.
They had Spring Street. And it wasn't long after I was done at Elm Street, they closed Spring Street.
Oh, okay.
And I heard there was some tunnel from Spring Street across the street to, I don't know. A lot of the schools, so many of the schools were so old. I guess there was an old pool down in the basement of Elm Street Junior High.
Oh, yeah.
Elm Street used to be an old bomb shelter.
Really?
Yeah. So when you were walking around through the school, they've probably long since been torn down. But when you were walking through the school, you'd see the old yellow signs with the arrows pointing in which direction to go to get to the bomb shelter. Back in the day, that's why you would see all the old. Back in the day, you'd hear people talking about waiting for the whistle. You'd hear the 8 o'clock whistle, and then we were waiting for the horn to sound if we were going to have school or not. Well, they had the horns on top of Elm Street Junior High. They had one on top of Library Hill, on top of Dispatch for the fire department, and I think there was one other in town. Oh, wow. And you would hear that across town, literally. And that was an air raid horn. And that air raid horn was 20 feet long, and the opening of it was probably about 5 feet.
Oh, wow.
It was loud.
Yeah, because I'm assuming that's like a World War II idea there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Because Elm Street used to be the high school.
Yep.
Up until, I think it was 74-ish, early 70s, early to mid 70s they opened open Nashua High School, the one on Riverside.
Yeah, well, I gotta ask, like, is Elm Street going away? Did I?
Yeah, they're closing that. They're in the process of building a new junior high
wow.
school. Yeah, over near Buck Meadow Drive, over that way. I haven't been over to go see it. Somebody on one of the Nashua pages just recently posted a picture of it, and looks like it's going to be a beautiful school.
I mean, it's been a while. It's been, you know what's crazy to think about? The new high schools, that's almost 20 years. Well, yeah, that was like 20 years. They built it in 2002, 21 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, time just like,
Oh yeah,
it flies.
I mean, that used to be Nashua Sand. You couldn't really legitimately go to Nashua Sand and Gravel. I mean, there was a hole in the fence. We used to go down through there all the time with our bicycles when that was, well, Brock's or Nashua Sand and Gravel when we were kids.
Oh wow.
Because I went to Broad Street Elementary,
Yeah.
which was right there. You know,
Yeah.
I grew up in that neighborhood right there, so that was all my own stomping ground. So when they turned that into Nashua North, I was just like, you got to be kidding me. They put a high school there? That's where my daughter went.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I was in that building for 1 year, but
Yeah.
we were still Nashua High.
Yeah. Yeah, they did like what, 2 grades in one and 2 grades in the other, and then they end up segregating north and south depending on what side of town you're on.
Yeah.
Which side of which school, what side of the river.
Yeah, I don't know I don't even know the breakdown, because when I coached Elm Street Wrestling, there were some kids that were going to go to North, and there were some that were going to go to South. I think Elm Street was like the split one where they all wouldn't go to the same high school. But no, that's pretty fascinating that they're making another one. I'm curious, like, are they going to knock Elm Street down? Or
I would really like to know. I'd be very curious to know what they're going to do with that big building. I mean, there's a beautiful auditorium there.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. I mean, that school's got a lot of. I can tell you a story that when that school was the high school, over the center main entrance and the center foyer directly over the top of that, it said Najva Senior High School. If you look over the top of City Hall, it says Najva, and it's a V, not a U, because back then they didn't have a U. They used the Roman numeral V. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the reason I know it says Najva on the top of Elm Street Junior High is because when I was attending that school, I think I was in my 8th grade year, I was going from the ground floor up to the office. Don't ask me why I was going to the office. Let's just leave it as I was going to the office. And when I rounded the corner to go up the staircase to the 2nd floor, the 1-inch thick slate plate that said Nashua Elm Street Junior High School fell off of the top of that wall above the 3rd floor and hit the concrete in front of the front doors. And it literally blew out every window on the front of that door.
Oh my
God. The
gosh.
door, the side foyer of the door, it blew all the glass clean out of it. I was halfway up the staircase and I had glass go blow right by me in the bottom of the stairs.
Oh my gosh, that's gotta be scary.
It sounded like a bomb went off.
Yeah.
Everybody came out and looked down the front staircase and was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, my ears were ringing. That slate plate was that thick.
Oh my gosh.
I went outside. I didn't open the door. I walked through the door.
Yeah.
And I picked up a piece of the plate and I was like, "God, what is that?" And I looked up and that's what it was. It said there was letters laying there and everything.
That's crazy.
It said Elm Street Junior High School. And now when you stood back and looked, and it stayed like that for a year or two anyways until they could redo it. But it said Najva Senior High School.
Oh my God.
Right below it. Yep.
That's, wow.
And to that day, I never knew it was the high school.
Yeah.
Until that day.
Yeah, because the 70s, that would make sense. Like, I actually didn't know it till much later that, but it does look like a high school when you look at it.
Exactly.
Compared to what the other 2 middle schools always look like.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I got to ask this too, just sticking on Nashville a little bit. You were older, a little older when they won #1 city in 97 and 87. Do you still feel like the city, because I hear a lot of criticism, I see it on Facebook where people really, they take shots at Nashville, right? And I always go, it's it's been number one city. It's still very highly ranked. Like, what is all this? Is it perfect? No.
Oh no.
But like, I don't know. What, like, how do you feel about that? Like, I mean, again, number one city. You were around, when it won. Like, do you think there's been a change, or you think it's always just kind of?
There's always been a change. I mean, it's the taxes are high. Everybody says it. God, we pay ungodly taxes in Nashua. Hey, who doesn't pay ungodly taxes? If you're not going to be paying property taxes, you're going to be paying sales taxes. It's one way or the other, But, I mean, as far as Nashua being, it's number one in my eyes. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else,
Yeah. No, I agree.
I mean, there's, and there, like you said, it has its flaws. Show me one place that doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, Manchester's no prize.
Yeah.
Would I if you gave me an option, I ain't going up there.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not necessarily if it's number one, is it your cup of tea?
Yeah.
It has everything I want in it. I've got downtown, I've got parks, I go vacationing in the wintertime. I snowmobile. My cousin lives up in northern Maine, and we go to northern Maine, 6.5, 7 hours northern. And I mean, like, if you're going to go to a Walmart, you're driving 35 minutes to go to a Walmart,
Yeah, we don't around here we don't have that issue.
So I mean, if you're literally, you're living in the sticks. We're up there for 8-9 days. So I mean, it gives you an idea of how convenient your life is living in a city versus, living in a very rural area,
No, I agree. And I think, like, not just Nashua, not just Merrimack, but a lot of people are like, I hate it here, I hate it here, leave.
Well, that's the thing. If you don't like it, hit the brakes.
For me, like, I've always lived in New Hampshire, and I have to say, though, it has what I want.
Yeah, right.
If I want to go to the mountains, I have the mountains. If I want to go to the beach, I have the beach. If I want, I'm not big into. I go to sporting events in the Boston area, but that's I don't really like hanging out in Boston.
Yeah.
I like to be in New Hampshire, and there's always, for me, there's stuff to do, and I enjoy it. Like, I just feel like I see this stuff, and I go, don't, if you're really not happy where you are, don't be afraid to make a change.
Yeah. I'm not a big city person like Boston, New York. We flew over New York City coming back from Walt Disney World last year, and we flew right over New York City, and I looked down and just went, why? Who and why would you want to be down there? I couldn't do it.
No.
I mean, it's a rare breed for people to be able to drive down to that day in and day out. I couldn't do it.
No.
Nashua is just big enough for me, and I've lived here my whole life. I know the ins and outs and the back roads and the back ways around, and I'm content with it.
Yeah. I agree. You'll never see me leave New Hampshire. I just couldn't see myself doing it.
New Hampshire as a whole is perfect. I mean, I've snowmobiled probably 75 to 80% of it in my lifetime, and I've been snowmobiling. My parents got my family into snowmobiling over 40 years ago. I'm going on 46 years of snowmobiling this year.
Have you been up to Mount Shaw? Have you done that? Yeah. I've hiked that. That's really good views. That area.
I mean, it's like you said. You got the mountains. I am a lake person.
Yeah, and that. Yep.
I absolutely love the lakes. I have a boat. You put me in a lake and I am content. I am not an ocean person. So Hampton is not my thing.
Yeah.
But
you got both. That's
but I have got it if I need it.
Yeah,
if I want to go there,
Yeah.
It is kind of, you got a little bit of everything in this state.
Yeah.
And we're kind of fortunate because, God, there's people in the middle of the country that don't have ocean.
Yeah.
They don't have mountains. That's why people come up here. Oh, we're here to see your leaves in the fall. come back here in about 3 weeks and help us rake them up, would you?
Yeah.
You think they're pretty now? Wait till you need to rake them.
On the ground. Yeah, no, I've always found that interesting. No, you're good. No matter where you are, where you live, if you're not happy, that's fine.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to change it.
Yeah.
But, I gotta ask this though. What are 3 things that everybody should know about you?
Oh, geez. Well, I'm pretty easygoing. But like right now, my wife and my daughter are rolling their eyes. There's a lot of people that are going, yeah, he's pretty easygoing, but my wife and I right now are pretty rolling their eyes. I've got a loving wife and a beautiful daughter at home. Of course, you've seen my daughter. She's my #1 fan.
Yep, she brings the sign to the field.
Yeah, she started out as, hey, Pat's daughter will go get that ball, and it finally turned into Mel, and I mean, all the girls took to Mel at pickup, you know. She loved that to death. She loves that to death. And then I got my dog Bailey. She's kind of like my right hand pooch in the truck. Easy going. Like the outdoors. Snowmobiling, fishing, hunting. Get out there. I despise the rain, but man, I love the winter, and I can deal with 90. I can deal with sub-zero. I cannot stand the rain.
No, we've been really unlucky this year.
Oh man, I have absolutely been miserable with rain. I mean, if we would have had this moisture in the wintertime, we would have had an epic winter.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing, Probably still would have been all rain because this winter was so warm.
Yeah, it's been, it's one of those things too. It's like during this time of year, you're at work and you're
weird.
Like, I can't wait to get to the field. Rain out.
Oh,
I want to go do this. Another rain.
And then it looks like it's going to be rain, and it looks like it's going to be bad rain. Yeah. So it's like, let's not.
Let's not even risk it.
Let's not even risk it. And then it's a beautiful day. It's
Brandon's still been saying that a couple weeks ago, where they canceled early and it was really nice.
And it bit us in the butt. And then we've had days where everybody shows up, and it pours.
Yeah. I got to ask this question, sticking with the theme of the show, which is Let Freedom Ring. We ask everybody this. What does it mean to you to be an American?
Oh, God. That's a loaded question. I mean, what is
it? No simple answer to
there
this.
Is
We've never had a simple answer.
I mean, God, it's love of country. I mean, I always tell people, they ask, what's your favorite song? Well, that's easy. It's the national anthem. It's the best song in the friggin' world. I mean, how can you not love the anthem? I mean, I hear that song, it doesn't matter. The hair on the back of my neck stands up. You can't sing the national anthem and make it your own. It's gotta be done the way it was meant to be done.
Yeah, there's no remix to that.
There's no doing a remix, there's no doing a rap. You do the anthem the way it was meant to be done, whether it's instrumental or vocal. You do it, and you don't put your own twist on it.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that? Do you have a favorite? I was just watching like the trailer for the Whitney Houston movie, which I do want to see, and a lot of people say that her singing that, I think at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, she did. I think at the Super Bowl.
People say that was. Do you have a favorite of anybody that's ever sang it?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. You're gonna laugh. There's and it wasn't like a lot of people saw this, and if you YouTube it, there was a group of young girls called the Cactus Cuties, and they did it a cappella. At the time, there was 5 of them, and there's 4 in the group now, and they've since grown up. It was years back, and I am telling you, they sung it at a basketball game, and you could have heard a pin drop right to the last note of that anthem that they sung. It was absolutely amazing. I mean, there is nothing like hearing somebody sing the national anthem a cappella. When they can do that, let me tell you, that's a good set of voice. That's a good voice. That's a good set of vocals.
I'll have to look that up because it just kind of hit me the other day. Like so many famous people, and I mean, we have there's a guy who goes to the Silver Knights, has broke the record for singing the national
Yes,
anthem.
I saw that. That was what? That was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't remember what, but
he always wears a red, white, and blue
everywhere
shirt.
he goes.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
He's always there.
But
he did that last year, if I remember right. He broke the world record for singing the anthem the most times.
Yeah, it might have been. I know he did.
I think it was
I just
last
don't remember
year.
what year. Yeah,
either that or the very beginning of this year. I remember that.
But that's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
that he was able to do that.
Yeah, but I mean, God, respect the people in uniform and the veterans. I'm telling you, I pull in a Dunkin' Donuts. If there's a veterans plate in front of me or there's a veterans plate behind me, they're not buying whatever they're getting. I don't care if they're buying $20 worth of stuff. I'll tell the people, hey, that silver Ford in front of me, yeah, I'll take care of them. They're all set.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, and the blue Toyota behind me, yeah, he's got veterans plates. I'll take care of him. Just have him order whatever he wants. Yeah. I'll take care of whatever vet's in front of behind me, and I always thank them for their service.
Yeah.
Especially the Vietnam vets. You know, I shake their hand and thank them for their service, and you know, thank you for your service and welcome home, because they never got a good welcome.
They weren't
home.
treated well, and it was a draft. It's not like they were even choosing. You know, like that.
Horrible.
That was a really tough time
for
the country. As
you
a
know,
whole,
that was a really bad time. You know, and it's not like they had, you know, like you said, it was a draft. They didn't really have an option. You know, when you're in the service and you're told to do something, you do it.
Yep.
You know, whether you like it or not. You know, and I mean, when you're in the service, obviously, you know, you're going to have, you know, your moral, you know, compass is going to disagree with what's going on in the world. You still have a job to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
You know?
one of the ones where, you know, it's really tough because, you know, there are people, you know, right now, if you were in the military, that you chose to do that, you want to be there.
Yeah. Without passion or prejudice, you need to defend the Constitution of the United States.
Yeah.
Period. You know, whether you agree with something or not, it is what it is. You know?
I'm with you on the Vietnam vets, though. That is,
you know,
but I do think times have changed, and obviously the next, you know, obviously in those moments, so, you know, obviously people yell at them when they were coming home. But I think time has healed, you know.
Yeah.
What did you know? That's a whole. We can have. A whole
Oh
show
God,
on
yeah.
that.
Oh God,
You know?
yes. You know, but I mean, I think it's a lot of people have come around. You know, and a lot of vets are getting a lot more recognition, a lot more respect. You know, especially the World War II vets, because there's there's not many more World War II vets around anymore. You know,
it's one of my biggest regrets is that I didn't do something like this when my grandfather was still alive.
Yeah,
because I really should have done some kind of. You don't think about these things when you're younger.
No,
stuff,
you don't. You know, and it's only afterwards you go. You know, when you get
that's
older,
history.
you go,
that's just geez,
you know,
that's something so important that we don't think about. Is like, you know, once they're gone, that piece of history and that knowledge that they had, if you don't, it's gone. It's gone forever. Yeah. You know, do you want to get into this? Because you know, we've met through softball. You're a big softball player. How did you get into softball?
I started, and I mean, it was like nothing structured back in high school. You know, I played, like I told you, I played Little League as a kid. And I went right through the city, playing City Rec Little League. Went into Ray Oben. I didn't make it into Babe Ruth, so Ray Oben was kind of like everybody spilled that went into Ray Oben. Played Ray Oben, and then when I got into high school, I was going to go try out for the baseball team. And I looked at it, and the coach had his favorites. It was the kind of thing where when the coach has his favorites, you're nothing more than backup.
Yeah.
You know, I learned that in basketball because I played rec basketball in CYO. And when I played City League basketball, I was a first stringer. Mm-hmm. I went to CYO, I was a third stringer. And I just walked up to my coach in CYO and said, here's your jersey. I'm going to play first string.
Yeah.
So I learned quick that, that's not going to be for me. I'm not going to be a backup. Bunch of people got together and just started playing softball out in the back field at Nashua High.
Okay.
And I say Nashua High, I mean Nashua South.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still look at it as Nashua High.
You know, I mean, some people I say, you know, oh, well, he's at Memorial Hospital, and they look at me and go, Memorial Hospital? I'm sorry. Southern Regional.
Yeah.
You know, my friends and I talk, we say Memorial, we know what we're talking about. I talk to somebody younger and say Memorial, and they go, huh? You know, sorry, it's Southern Regional.
Yeah.
But, so we goofed around, we played softball down there, you know. Finally, we got enough people, and we were playing a couple of games here and there every so often. Graduated high school, went to the tech college, and we tried getting the tech colleges, which now it's the community colleges.
Yeah, I went there for a little bit. Yeah.
I went there for automotive technology.
Okay.
And what we tried doing was getting like all the tech college, Concord, Manchester, Nashua. We tried to kind of get something kind of like that together, because it started out like, you know, the mechanics were playing against a lot of people that were in the main building, which were paralegals. Well, basically it was, the mechanics were nothing more than fielding and batting practice for the paralegals that were girls that graduated high school that were on fast pitch softball teams.
Yeah.
So we were pretty much like just getting led around the field. So, I mean, we played 2-3 years like that. I mean, we just, guys and the girls and whoever else wanted to join in.
There were fields on that campus at the time, right?
Yeah, there was 2 fields out back there.
Yeah, okay.
And I mean, God, we had a blast. We had common free hours, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and if we didn't sit and jam with the acoustic guitars when it was raining out, we were outside there hitting balls, having a good old time, you know. A couple of times we got Manchester people to come down.
Oh, wow.
And man, we had a blast. So, I mean, really, essentially, we were doing pickup games.
Yeah.
You know. Just it never really formed into anything, you know, because back then the tech colleges, they didn't have any sports.
No.
You know, there was nothing.
I remember when I was there was talk of that. This is before I was ever willing to step up and run stuff. I was only like, when I was there, I was like 19. And there was always talk of it, and there would be like, I think there might have been flyers at one point, and then they never had enough.
It never, materialized.
But when I did get to Plymouth, because then I transferred to Plymouth State, and there was intramurals, and I was like, yep, this is what exactly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because when you get to the universities and stuff, the community colleges were kind of.
It's tough. Like, you need someone that, like, they could definitely do it.
Yeah.
I think we could have done it when I was there. It just didn't gain momentum.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. I didn't know that. You know,
so I mean, really, it was that, and then I met my wife, and she'd been playing since high school.
Okay.
You know, so I mean, she was huge in the softball, and we got married. You know, hey, Friday nights I play softball. That's my thing. That was her.
Oh, okay.
You know, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, she played Merrimack Friday nights.
Okay.
You know, so that was her thing. You can't have that. That's mine. And finally, it just came down, and it was like, I don't know, 7-8 years ago, I finally just, I'm all done with this. I'm putting my foot down.
Yeah.
I looked at her and said, here's the deal. I've already solicited a couple of teams in Merrimack. I can either play with you or play against you.
Yeah.
I'm playing softball this year, though. Mm-hmm. Pick it. So we ended up playing on the same team in Merrimack Rec League.
Okay.
For a couple of 2-3 years, and then COVID hit.
Oh.
And then...
Is that league all done?
I don't know if that league's still going.
Okay.
But the team never got back together after COVID.
Yeah, that's...
I know there is a league still in Merrimack, but there was 4 teams. There was us and Top Shelf, and we were pretty competitive together. You know, we liked playing each other. There was a lot of camaraderie. You know, it was a good fit for us together. Then there was 2 other teams. Jen's team.
Probably called like Bombers or something.
Bombers, yep. And then there was one other team there, and those guys were a lot of term. Might have been Newcoat. A lot of tournament players, and we neither one of us could really hang with.
Yeah.
They were just, the next step up as far as players from us. We were, go out Friday night, play some ball, not beer league ball, but go out and have some fun, play ball kind of thing, like we have now, like the team we're on now. And it was just, every time that we got to play, top shelf, we had fun. We had a lot of fun. It was competitive. It was always a close game. When we had to play Jen's team or one of the other teams, we were just dreading it, I mean, we'd get first up and we'd do really well, and then that was the end of that, And it's hard. It didn't matter to me. I was out there in the field. I was playing ball. I was psyched. I didn't care, okay, we're doing bad, whatever. We're out there in the field and we're playing, but when the team the wind comes out of the sail of the entire team, now it kind of gets frustrating because you can't fill that sail back up for your entire team.
No, it's hard, and that's the thing about rec leagues and the league. Like, it's hard to keep it level. I think they had a great idea with the draft league. I'd like to see more leagues do that, but you get into this thing where a lot of people want to play with their friends, and
Yeah.
But I mean, I've been on all sides of it. I've been on teams that do that to teams. I've been on teams that I've been on somewhere in the middle, and everybody has their day.
I am definitely not a tournament player. I mean, if there's a tournament that I am going to try this year, it's going to be Brandon's tournament.
It's always fun.
Save the Tata.
If he asks you to don't do it.
Huh?
If he asks you ever to umpire, don't do it.
Oh God, no. I wouldn't even go down that road.
Yeah. I umpired 1 year with the agreement that, because when I took on as the president, I said, all right, Brand's like, you ump my tournament, I'll be your vice president. I said, all right. So I umped the tournament. Everything was going well for a while.
Yeah.
And then there was just one pitcher who kind of like, I don't know if he's thrown and I just don't know. I'm not an umpire. Right. So, a few people got mad and it kind of got annoying. But how'd you end up in the Sunday Nashville League?
That was by accident. And it's kind of funny. Softball kind of runs around rampant in the family, So Val plays it, her sister plays it. My brother-in-law, her sister's husband, Dave, he plays it. Well, he was on the Sunday, in the Sunday League. And, one Sunday afternoon, we get a phone call, Val and I, hey, we need a guy and a girl, we're short. You guys want to play ball today? We're like, sure, And this was before COVID, so we were playing Fridays also. And Dave was on the team with us Friday nights. Yeah. So we're like, all right, yeah, sure, that's fine. So we go down and ended up filling in, for the guy in the girl position, and well, that was the end of that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now we have a Sunday team, so we're playing Fridays and Sundays. And then somehow I ended up landing on a team with Devin Blaze.
Okay.
So now I'm playing, I think it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Somehow I ended up playing 4 nights a week. Yeah. I was like, okay, I like softball. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. And I mean, I'm not, the epitome of health, but I'm not out of shape. I'm not out of shape. So, but yeah, 4 nights a week was killing me.
It's kind of what happens though, like, and everybody says, someone said at the field the other day, they go, I say yes to everything. And then I have to backtrack and remember who I said yes to.
Well, and that's the thing. You get all these guys that were, they wanted to play Sundays. They committed to it. They signed up for it. Didn't put their money in. So, hey, I can walk away.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, I think at some point, it's different when people are like, I need someone for a charity tournament, and you forget. When it comes to a league, you got to be like, okay.
You got to be in.
This is a couple months of worth of commitment. You know what I mean? You can't just one day say I want to do it and then the next, because you're letting down a lot more than just a team. You're letting down a league. And
I mean, even if you put the money in for the league, it's a commitment. You got to be there.
Yeah.
It's not like, okay, fine, you put your money in. You got to be there to play.
Forfeits and cancellations, too many cancellations, forfeits, that can hurt a league a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So I think, at some point, and I think that's what's happening Sundays, is that, Greg and Brand have to just say, we're putting our foot down at this point.
Yeah, yeah. And I agree, they had to. I mean, this
yeah.
because it was just, the fact that, teams we were back to where we were last year. Now everybody's looking for players, grabbing people here, and well, I'm going to be there. My game's not until 5. I can play your game at 3. We're right back to the same rigmarole we were last year, and that's what we were trying to get away from.
It's been like that since COVID, and I don't know. There's something that's happened with Sundays. It's a Sunday issue.
Yeah.
Just a lot going on.
Greg is something else. I mean, that guy. I like softball, and I mean, I like a lot of things. I like to do a lot of things. So I mean, like, I have a lot of different priorities. I like to go boating. Sometimes I use my boat once a year, so I only go maybe sledding once a year, but I own all my stuff and I prioritize what I'm going to do. But Greg, that guy, he loves softball. I talked to him this past night. He played softball 6 or 7 times Saturday. Then he had a game or 2 Sunday morning, and then he was at the field Sunday playing. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I guess it's funny, we have him on the show. I guess he's a good basketball player, too.
That's crazy. I mean, that's just, but I mean, people, a lot of the people that we play with, that's what they do. They work and they play softball.
I look at it this way, like I play pretty much any free night that I have for the most part.
Yep.
I look at it as a short window, though, because I know there's going to be a part of this year where I won't be, like...
Yeah.
Playing indoor in the winter, it's nice. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's just not the same, and it's not it's cold. And then you leave, and you're like, it's cold out, and so
cool. I got to swing the bat. I got to catch a couple of balls, but
it's just not like you can't really hang out with your friends after.
Right.
You really have to literally you go to play indoor. It's like get in, you're there for an hour, get out, and that's it. It's not that same. It's not even the same social environment that you have. During the summer.
Right.
What are some of since you've been in the Sunday League? Has there been any standout teams that you've noticed?
Josh's team last year was just dominant.
Yeah.
Just that's the one that stuck out. And it's kind of we go back to the draft thing. I mean, that's kind of the thing that Brandon and Greg were trying to prevent, was having a team that dominant.
I love it. I love that idea.
Yeah, we thrived on that because we needed to kind of get some kind of even keel here. I mean, we had a big hunk of something here, and then it was this in the middle. So we just kind of needed to take a bulldozer and flatten everything across, and then see where the pulse was. Change the pulse of the league a little bit.
Yeah,
and it's too bad that Josh didn't want to really participate in that. I mean, I really would have liked to see where the league was going to be with Josh and his players, spread out a little bit, helping other teams. Everybody would have been in the league. It would have been playing. I mean, the camaraderie would have been there. I mean, it's like what you did with pickup. I mean, God. I applaud you, man. Pickup has just come leaps and bounds. Everybody shows up for pickup. We have an awesome time, and every week it is a different team. There's no gripes. Everybody has a good time.
It's the way a game should be played.
It is. And I said it to Greg the other day. We're not putting a man on the moon. It is softball, people. It shouldn't be that hard.
No, I know it's just so tough. I just wish that, like we said, if you, I like to be a person of my word, and I'm sure there's someone can dig up stuff where I wasn't, but if I say I'm going to do something, I do it.
Yeah.
And
I look forward to pickup every year. I can't wait for pickup to start because it's just, and I mean, I've even seen a lot of players that are tournament players show up for pickup that you definitely can see that they lay back. They just, you can kind of see them show up for pickup and they just kind of go,
just relax. Yeah.
They can have fun. They ain't gotta, You know, they ain't gonna kill. They can still play a really good game, but they're not there in a tournament competing. You know, they can actually really go there and have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's that's the whole point of anything that we do is to just have fun.
It is, you know, and it's too bad that some people take it godforsakingly too serious.
I do say though, the people in pickup that take it too serious, they find a way to weed themselves out.
We had a couple like that.
Yeah, we had one guy that flipping out one day.
Yeah.
Oh, they're taking this and that. I'm like, dude, please don't ruin a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, please don't do that here.
Yeah, and I mean, it's everybody was telling him, you need to calm down, or you just need to go.
Yeah,
and he never came back.
No, that was
fine. He took care of himself.
Yeah, and that
was fine by us. You know, nobody had a problem with it.
Well, the thing is, with any rec sports, there's always other levels. So if that's what you want, just go find it.
Yeah, right.
And a lot of us play in that stuff, but when we're there, it's very different.
Yeah.
I know the series gets a little more serious, but even that's all in good fun.
Yeah, exactly. We still have a wicked good time with the series.
Yeah.
I
got to ask this. What do you think of the last season of The Legend? Not in soft, like in our leagues.
Oh, just in general. Oh, God, The Legend. Jeez. Well, the dude's been playing 40-something years.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to kind of give him credit,
He had the diving catch.
If he's gonna retire, he's got to do it on his terms. I mean, hate to see him go, but you got. Okay, he lives across the street from me. I just get to see him when he wins.
Yeah.
But you'd like to think that you're gonna at least still see him at the fields every so often. Hope to see him once in a while, maybe as a fill-in for somebody, but at least come down to the field, visit, hang out, watch a couple of games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it creeped up. Like I remember, like he's like, no, I'm serious about this, and
you can't go 40 years doing something and just drop it cold turkey.
Yeah.
Not something that you love that much.
I know he wants to do the senior league.
Yeah,
because you got to give him credit. He's 66 years old, and some of the kids that we play with are like 20, 21.
Yeah, and he's still hanging.
Yeah, so let's see what happens there.
But I mean, God, he's gone every night.
Yeah.
He's gone every night playing ball, And I talked to Craig Pelletier in the parking lot, what was it, Sunday? And he says, yeah, they played with 8 guys one night. And I was like, my wife is his boss. He lives across the street from me. And he didn't call me. They were short,
Well, if we knew, we
and that's how I ended up there Tuesday night.
Oh, I wish we knew earlier because we can't add to our roster now.
Yeah, right. And that's what I kind of figured was, and that's what he said was, well, I figured the roster was etched in stone,
Yeah.
But I was like, well, the way Sunday ball goes,
I think they are too strict on that.
Yeah.
I think the rules should just be like you have to make enough games. But what happened was people were using subs and then using other names in the book.
Oh.
That happened a couple of years ago. That got called out. You can't do that. So there's just nonsensical things.
Yeah.
I want to do some top 5s here. Do you have a top 5 favorite movies?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I am lately. My daughter's gonna laugh. Lately, it's Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
What a great movie. I mean, they really they nailed it with Top Gun Maverick, bringing in a little bit from the original into this one. Mm-hmm. And plus, I'm big into military aircraft too, so that did it. But I'm also I am a big fan of real life, true to life movies. So, Taking Chance, it's got Kevin Bacon in it, and it is about Lance Corporal Chance Phelps. He got killed in Afghanistan, and Kevin Bacon plays a part where he actually brings Lance Corporal home for his funeral. Okay. So he's the military escort to bring him back, and that is a true story on that happening. The Chris Kyle story, American Sniper.
Yeah.
That's another really good one. Flags of Our Father, about the raising of the flag at Iwo Jima.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was a really good one. Pearl Harbor. Just the Pearl Harbor and Saving Private Ryan, I think those two films right there, they should probably show in a high school history class.
Yeah.
The opening, just the opening scene to Saving Private Ryan, if nothing else, to show them what it was like on D-Day, you know. Those two movies there, I think, are really good as far as history goes.
I had a baseball coach, my ninth, because we had junior high school, so ninth grade was considered junior high.
Yeah.
But we played all freshman teams, but we would have the city championship, and we finally had a team that could beat all Elm Street. We beat BG2, and we could beat Elm Street. We could beat Fairgrounds. I remember Coach Boudreau, the day before the clinching game, for a baseball game, showed us the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan.
My God!
And I had yet to really see that. I watched that movie in its entirety when I got older.
Yeah.
So I never even seen the movie.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like,
it is very eye-opening.
We were like, why is he having us watch this for? He goes, "You're going into battle." I'm like, we play baseball.
We're playing baseball. I
want to fight these guys. I thought it was kind of funny.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I like true to life movies. You know, Blindside. You know, now that's a good one. That's about Michael Orr when he got drafted by the Ravens.
I guess he's been upset about that movie more recently.
Really? I haven't heard that.
People that there was an accurate. Any of those movies aren't totally accurate.
They're fact-based, if you will.
There's something, I didn't read the whole article, that he doesn't like something that was portrayed in the movie. I don't remember what it was. Because obviously, those movies, they do that. Like, Remember the Titans, there's a ton of stuff that just, it didn't exactly happen the way that they put it, but I forget what he said. I don't know. I do enjoy that movie too.
Yeah.
That's Sandra Bullock. She's beautiful in that movie.
Oh, she was absolutely. I say that every time I say it to my God, she's a knockout.
Do you have any favorite TV shows or any TV like all time or anything you're watching right now? MASH. Okay.
Oh, absolutely MASH. Used to watch.
Highest rated ending of a TV show?
What's that?
Was it the highest rated?
That was
final?
the highest rated. That was the highest watched finale of a TV show ever in history.
Okay, that's
Yeah. It was MASH. Goodbye, farewell, and amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a 2-hour special. Oh, I got that whole series on DVD. That was a great show. Alan Alda, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
A lot of good actors.
Oh, a lot of good actors. Patrick Swayze made his TV debut on that show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He played a wounded soldier that came in, and he ended up getting diagnosed with leukemia.
In the show?
On that show. Well, as the soldier, yeah.
And then in real life, he had some.
He ended up dying of, was it pancreatic cancer?
Yeah,
He ended
I
up
think it hit
dying
him
of
pretty
pancreatic
quick,
cancer or something. And he died too young.
Yeah.
But MASH is a good one. And lately with my daughter, it's been Blue Bloods. That's Tom Selleck.
Oh, wow.
My God, Tom Selleck, Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah.
My wife and I both say, and I mean, we grew up with New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
We both say, my God, Donnie Wahlberg. You look at Mark Wahlberg and Donnie Wahlberg, and you just say, man, Donnie Wahlberg, he has really, come a long way, and that part that he plays in Blue Bloods, he kills it. He nails it. He plays the part of a New York detective, and he kills it.
Yeah, he's just as talented. I mean, his brothers had the bigger movies, but he's just as talented.
He is.
He's really the only new kid that really, because the New Kids on the Block like to do new songs. They're doing songs.
Right.
They released something last year. They had In Vogue on the track and Salt and Pepper on the track.
Yeah.
It was kind of. I watched the video and go, why didn't I know about this?
Yeah, right.
But he's the only one that really I mean, some of them had solo albums, but they didn't. They're not doing anything anymore. He's the only one.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, Blue Bloods. Last Man Standing with Tim Allen.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, that and 2.5 Men. I get done at work. I like to turn that on and laugh.
Yeah.
You know, you get done at work. You want to laugh. I sit down, have a drink, and I want to laugh.
Charlie Sheen really dropped the ball on that, man.
Yeah.
I think he knows that now. That
that show was not the same. I mean, when Ashton Kutcher took over. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a good actor in his own right, but the how can I say, the flavor of the show totally changed. You know, when Ashton Kutcher took over.
You can't replace what Sheen had, that dynamic with John Cryer.
Yeah.
Their dynamic, there's just, I'm surprised Charlie Sheen went off the deep end at that point. Like, he really went off the deep end.
You could tell, I mean, just in his face, health-wise, that he was going down.
Yeah, that's a shame, because like it's not, Steve Carell left the office to pursue movies, and other people left. Charlie Sheen left the show because he went just
to hell,
batshit crazy.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
He just went to hell in a handbasket.
I guess they've made him and the creator of the show have made peace at this point.
Yeah,
but that was a shame how that all.
Oh, that was a good show.
Yeah,
it was a real good show. I mean, it wasn't for everybody, but I mean. Still a good show. I liked it. We still watch it.
It's funny,
and it is. I mean, it's still funny. That Last Man Standing with Tim Allen. Oh my God, that guy. Forget political correctness.
Yeah.
The pilot to that one was really sticking it to the people that booted him from.
He got booted from.
There was a big to-do when he had Home Improvement.
Because Tim Allen's like 70 now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't like how political he was being in his show. He was really turning on, putting politics into his routine, show, Home Improvement.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Very, very conservative.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he would be a mini Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
And for one reason or another, that's why Home Improvement came to.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
I watched that for a little bit, and I don't know. At some point, I stopped. I never I mean, Tim Allen, obviously one of the more famous people from the '90s.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
But good to see that he's still doing something.
Yep.
But I want to ask, any standout players from the Sunday League, men or women, that you've noticed over the years?
I mean, standout. I mean, God, there's so many great players. Schultze. I mean, God, he's the great hitter. There isn't a place on that field you cannot put him that he will not dominate. Awesome player. God, who else? One person and you really got to have him on the show. I think we've talked about it before. He has probably got the utmost respect in the entire league. Is Johnny Gonzalez on our team.
Oh, yeah, John, yeah. He's a DJ, too, yeah.
He's a DJ, too. I mean, he wears that one glove. He can flip the glove off, throw the ball. He hits. I mean, and he can have that entire field in absolute stitches.
Yeah.
That kid is he's unbelievable. Absolutely great guy. Great guy. I am honored to be able to be on the same team with that guy.
Yeah, I want to say, I want to say maybe he must have gone to Nashville High. When I first saw him at the field, I'm like, I recognize him. And but Nashville High was so big. I don't think I ever saw. I must have just like walked by. I was like, he looks familiar, and I just couldn't put my finger on
all the time. Well, I mean, like I said, I had a graduating class of 800 students. It's like sometimes you go, geez, I recognize you. What year did you graduate? Oh, I graduated in 90. That's why. We were walking the halls together,
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. Oh, yeah, you and I graduated together. I mean, you don't know 800 students in your class. You probably know, an eighth of them if you're lucky.
We're supposed to have our 20-year reunion. I don't think I'm going to go. I don't like to rehash the past.
Yeah.
Not that, I just see what people are doing. I don't know if I want to go to an event for that, but I see people on the, I'm like, some people I've never seen in my life. There are other people, like, I never knew their name. I'll see them in there, but I recognize face. But then there's other people I'm like, what? Who are you? Like, that's how many people it really was.
I see people on Facebook sometimes, like, the name is mentioned, and I'll be like, I got my high school yearbook right next to my chair, and I sit there, oh yeah, I remember that. Wow.
Yeah.
I never would have recognized them unless I saw their high school picture.
I know. It's like some people you just recognize, like, remember them different.
Yeah, totally remember them different.
I want to ask this real quick. We're a little short on time. I just want to do a quick buy or sell. Buy or sell going into the football season. Are you buying or selling Mac Jones?
I'm not wicked good at football. Buy.
Think he's going to have, it's going to be, I'm hoping, you know what, I do have a good one here. Buy or sell Yudicky non-fence?
Non-fence? Oh, boy, I mean, that's like your, that is where the dust devil
That was pretty cool.
I mean, I was there. I was 50 feet from that thing.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, the fenced-in field's really good. I'd sell that.
Everybody hates playing on that field.
I mean, if they put a fence around that thing, it'd be worth it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice that it doesn't have a real puddle issue when it pours.
No.
But let me tell you, you don't want to slide on that field.
Nope. I've done it. I just don't really. I'm telling you this. I'm starting to feel it. I don't slide unless it's a desperate
attempt.
Friday night, Brian Jalbert, we're still thinking about you. Love you, Brian. He broke his hip sliding into second base at Lions Falls.
Man.
Yeah, super awesome dude, and it was scary. It was definitely scary. So, but
well, yeah. I mean, weren't back in the day softball fields gravel? I mean,
yeah. Well,
for the most part, I thought they were gravel back in the day.
I think so, but it's just also, you got people in their 30s and 40s playing. But
yeah.
Anyways, Pat, it's been a real pleasure having you on.
Dan, thank you. It has been a pleasure being
we'll
here.
do it again sometime. But
absolutely, anytime you want.
Everybody out there, have a great week. Keep your heads up. Until next time, let freedom ring.